how much I love Journey Spice. Journey Spice, non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, just all sorts of goodness and smart, environmentally friendly packaging. Pinch the top, take it off. Food tastes better. Comes in singles, 2-packs, and 4-packs. It's Journey Spice. Find them at Amazon.com. Time for Denver's best sports talk with the Altitude Daily.
This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Kretman and Lindahl.
And because a first apron team is trading with a no apron team,
it doesn't have to match.
The salaries then don't have to match, so Denver can create that much more cap space. So the salary particulars, and Cam Johnson does have, and Jake mentioned this, he has a heavily incentivized contract. So that's something you have to factor in if Cam Johnson hits it. And I bet if you're Cam Johnson, you're thinking, cha-ching, I get to play with Nikola Jokic right now. So something to think about, but his cap hit as of right now, or at least what it was going to be for Brooklyn, $21.1 million, okay? Which is substantially less than Michael Porter's $38.3, all right? You include that 2032 first. F them picks, baby. And you bring in Cam Johnson right now. Do you give away something on the rebounding? Sure. You get a player like Jake talked about right there that is essentially a vastly better defender and generally not as good of a shooter because Michael Porter's world class, okay? But you're not losing much, if anything, in Cam Johnson. He's got to be able to stay healthy. He's had those issues throughout his career, but a smart player and the kind of guy that you think pairs extremely well with Nikola Jokic. Oh, by the way, he's now your starting small forward, and your backup backcourt now includes Bruce Brown.
Yes. So people are asking, and it's a great question. It's a fair text. A lot of texts of what does this do? We're going to have to wait and see when the numbers are all added up.
Yeah.
I am curious to know, as Jake just explained, their mid-level exception did go up because they got out of the first apron that we've been hearing way too much about. You know what? I hope the apron doesn't come back, frankly. I'm sick of hearing about the apron. But
they'll be back in the first apron, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm assuming that. Yes, they've got a little bit more money to spend, but I imagine the Bruce Brown signing is going to suck up a lot of what they had.
I believe, Andy, the Nuggets view the second apron as a
livable device,
as a hard cap. The first apron they'll do.
Right.
Second apron, they're not touching it.
Obviously, with what was said last week, they're not going there.
Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane.
If Bruce Brown doesn't sign here, I'm going to have a Bruce Brown problem. And it's this. You can't be the girl that's flirting with me all the time and then just always going away with somebody else. Okay, this isn't going to happen.
Another team could offer more years.
Well, stop flirting then.
Golden State.
You've seen the exact same thing that I've seen, okay? Don't be a tease.
Vic, what's the veteran minimum exception? What is that for the Nuggets?
Veteran? It's like whatever Russell Westbrook made last year, like 3.4, something like
so
that.
Their mid-level that they can use is what, 5.7, something like that?
Something of that nature, mid-fives.
Man, that doesn't seem like they can do a whole lot, bro. Brook Lopez, he'll commit to that, won't he? I mean, he made $25 million on his last contract.
If I'm Nikola Jokic, I pick up the phone. Here's what I say. Hello, Bruce?
It's a terrible Jokic.
What's that?
It's a terrible
Jokic.
Hello, Bruce? I made you $50 million.
What is Jokic Hispanic now? What happened?
You sound like Sicario.
What I said, does that make sense? Like, I'm going to be kind of pissed. If Bruce Brown's not here, then I'm like, then what are you doing all that stuff for? Are you just begging for attention from
Are you sure that the Nuggets want Bruce Brown? Maybe they have their visions. Maybe they see another guard out there that could help them.
Well, that would be great if they do. That would be great.
Hey.
But you know what you're going to get out of Brucey B. And here's the thing. Again, Brett is correct. You can't flirt with the Nuggets and Nuggets Nation all this time and wear Nuggets shirts and cowboy hats and courtside and going to Avs games and all this kind of thing and not come back. If you want to come back, then come back.
Let me make this very easy. Do you think Russell Westbrook is returning to Denver?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I think he should.
I don't think he is.
He gave it his one shot.
Therefore.
Wait, just quickly, is that the Nuggets don't want it thing, or do you think Russell doesn't want it?
I think it could be mutual.
Okay.
I read the tea leaves, and I've heard this time and time again since David Adelman was named head coach. And again, this is me translating. This is an interpretation. This is not what they think. This is what I think they think. He said the number one thing they need to do offensively is take care of the ball. We have to execute offensively. We have to be better in the half court. We can't cough the ball up. He said that, right?
Yeah, he
Right?
did. Yes.
Who was the number one offender
That's
coughing
Russ.
the ball up?
Russ.
The Altitude Daily. The morning sprint.
If you are the Nuggets, who are you shooting your shot at today? Or over the next few days?
Man.
Steph Curry.
Hey, is this thing on? Is he available for trade?
I don't know.
I would like him. How's Jamal Murray? Would you like to? The trade is 1-for-1. Steph for Jamal. What do you say?
No, do it.
I don't think
Why
you can.
not?
You can't afford DeAndre Ayton, but that's like a really fun thing to think about. Is
I
if
think so,
you
too.
want 1 year to revive your career and go learn behind the best big man in the game, like they literally can't afford him. But it would be perfect. There's nothing better than that. That fixes your hole at number 5. And Ayton's coming off of a bad season. That's a reclamation project. But again, you probably can't fit him in. If I'm shooting my shot with the Avs, you guys know my guy. My bell of the ball is Vlad Gavrikov from the LA Kings. I'm shooting my shot with him. And then if the Avs don't have enough cap space to fill in, maybe one more D or another winger on the bottom 6 at that point, I will then cross that bridge when I get to it. If I run out of cap space and I go, oh crap, I have to trade away another current player, I'm willing to do that for a player like Vlad Gavrikov. That's my shot that I'm shooting.
Sham said it. Big deal's coming tonight. He's guaranteeing it. So he's hearing some steam. And it would not surprise me if somehow, some way, the Denver Nuggets, by tomorrow's show, there's something big to talk about.
God, I just don't know how they can do it, man. I don't know how they can do it.
What do you think, KJ?
I mean, look, Coach, I wouldn't be shocked either, but I'm with Raj. I lean towards Raj on this one, man. Like, I don't know how they do it. They've committed to the core four. No one wants to budge. Everybody believes you can just run it back. So if that's what they believe and they really want to give DA a chance, then I don't know what big moves can come out of this over, between tonight and the next few days. I just don't know.
But we keep saying that they've committed to the core four. What gives us the reason to believe that other than the fact that the Altitude Sports Radio, owned by the Kroenke Sports,
because they're all under contract and it's very difficult to match salaries and trade those contracts, especially when you look at the Jamal Murray contract kicking in this year. And I don't know how the rest of the league views Jamal Murray. Do they view him like I do, that you should not have signed that extension? You should have waited until this offseason. I would like to think that more players, or rather more teams around the league, think the way that I do when it comes to Jamal.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMAC.
Here's my question with Pat Bryant. Where's he getting the playing time?
Right.
Who's he playing over? You playing over Devon Vele? Is he playing over Cortland Sutton? Because those are the two body types that you would compare him to. He doesn't fit in the same role as a Marvin Mims or a Troy Franklin. I guess he's competing with Devon Vele. Cortland Sutton, your number one wide receiver on this football team, so he's not competing with Cortland Sutton. Everybody I know and their mother seems to be obsessed with Devon Vele right now. So where's all this playing time going to come from?
And you've got Evan Ingram, who's going to take up a spot of your receivers, of your eligibles, I should say. And he likes to have a back in the backfield for pass blocking. So,
yeah,
it's not like you're going 5 wide or something like that. I agree with you. I don't know where he's going to find the time per se. But I will say this. He does have a knack for finding players of that body type and turning them into great wide receivers. Marcus Colston, Michael Thomas, Cortland Sutton, Vele last year. He has had an eye for it.
Yeah, he loves tall, physical wide receivers.
And knows how to use them and make them successful. You know what I mean? So I just feel like if he's saying it, do you believe it a little bit more than if somebody else was too?
I genuinely believe that he likes him. Yeah, I genuinely believe that he has got a plan to try to utilize him. But I guess unless Devon Vele is just not the football player that I think he is, I don't see where Pat Bryant gets all this time. Look, he's going to have to make his money in the run game, and nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a wide receiver that is his skill set is being a blocking wide receiver. But he's not a burner. He runs a 4.6 140, which actually, it's not just not a burner. Like, on paper, he's borderline slow.
Right.
Now, football speed versus 40 speed is a different thing, and everybody will tell you he plays much faster than a 4.6 140. But on paper, he's a borderline slow wide receiver.
Well, and Leggy's description of him was that he can separate immediately, right? Like at the line of scrimmage. So really, I hate to steal the Mike Mayock term, but quicker than fast.
Yeah.
And so, if he can do that, if he can create separation at the line of scrimmage with his route running, then he doesn't need to be a blazer per se. It also makes me wonder, you talked a lot about Cortland and his contract. We talked last year about how they didn't tack years on, how they just gave him more money. Is it maybe because they like these young guys so much?
Well, I am not 100% positive that they're going to give Cortland Sutton a new deal. I think they could. I think they should. And I would. I think that the chemistry that he's got with Bo Nix is something that's special. I think it's important for a young QB to have a whoopee. Cortland Sutton is Bo Nix's whoopee. I don't think it's a no-brainer, though, that they're going to give him a new deal, because who knows? Maybe Cortland Sutton, I threw out the number $23 million per year for Cortland Sutton. And I'm assuming that would make Cortland Sutton happy. But, hey, that's not a top 15 paid wide receiver. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe it gets contentious. Maybe he's like, no, I'm a top 15 wide receiver. I want $30 million a year.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.